Hello everybody, Mrs. Nolan here. I was wanting to read you a story, but when I went to my bookshelf to find a book for you, I discovered they're all at school, so there was nothing else for it. I decided I'd have to write you a story myself. So here it is, The Leaf Boat, a story for Year 1, by Mrs. Nolan. One fine spring day, the pixies who live in the wilderness at the bottom of my garden met by the pond. "What shall we do today?" asked Pan. "Let's go sailing," said Dora. "How can we do that?" asked Pan. "We don't have a boat." "We will make a boat," replied Dora. "All we need is a piece of bark, a twig, and a big green leaf." The two pixies looked around the garden for what they needed. Pan found a big green leaf and Dora found a long, thin twig. They dragged them to the side of the pond. "Now all we need is a piece of bark to sit on," said Dora. They found the bark under a bush, and together they pulled it to the side of the pond too. They pushed the sharp end of the twig through the leaf to make a sail. Then they made a hole in the middle of the bark and pushed the end of the twig into it to make a mast. Pan and Dora put the boat in the pond. They got onto it, and the wind took them over the water. "This is such fun," said Dora. "We are sailing." "Just feel the breeze in our hair," shouted Pan. But suddenly something happened to the top of the water. "Oh no! Look, Dora! Monsters!" All around the boat were long brown creatures with big jaws. They wanted to eat the pixies. "Help!" they screamed. Just then up popped a big green frog. "Go away!" he shouted to the newts, for that is what the monsters were. The newt monsters swam to the bottom of the pond. "Thank you," said the pixies. "Come on, I will push you back to the side of the pond," said the frog. When they got back to land, the pixies jumped off the boat. "Thank you," they said again. "You saved us from the monsters." "Yes, newts like to eat pixies as well as tadpoles," replied the frog. "I didn't know frogs could talk," said Pan. "Well, they can if they're really princes," replied the frog. "A prince?" gasped the pixies together. "Yes, I really am a prince. The Wicked Witch of the West turned me into a frog last week, but that is another story. Now, I really do have a pond at the bottom of my garden, and there is a wild area down there too. In the pond I have lots of newts, and every spring the frogs visit to lay their eggs, and then the tadpoles hatch out of those eggs and turn into frogs. And newts are carnivores. They really do like to eat tadpoles. I'm not sure about the pixies. I've never seen them, but I can hear them chattering at the bottom of my garden. Now I've got some challenges for you. All these challenges are on the website as well, so don't worry if you can't remember them all for now. Challenge 1. Can you read the story yourself? Nearly all the phonics and tricky words in the story are things you've learnt in Year 1. Practice along with me and then have a go by yourself. Remember to stop at the full stops and use lots of expression. Challenge 2. Can you make your own leaf boat? Leaf boats are traditional toys made in many parts of the world using nothing but a leaf. But we can also make boats with other things and use the leaf for a sail. I found my leaf boat made with bark at the bottom and a twig and a leaf was much easier to make like that. Challenge 3. Can you draw some pictures for my story? As I said, I don't know what the pixies at the bottom of my garden look like. I can hear them chattering, but pixies are nearly invisible to humans. What do you think Pan and Dora look like? Challenge 4, the big one. How do you think the prince was made into a frog? Can you make up your own story about it? Don't forget to plan your story first, just like we do at school. Draw the beginning, the middle and the end. Tell your story out loud. Finally, write it down and illustrate it. Make your own book. Now don't forget to show us what you've made. Have a great day. Bye.